Hi, I recently graduated from Berklee College of Music. And while I really enjoyed my time there and learned a lot along the way, it seemed like every year went by faster and faster and faster. Until suddenly, I was done. Now, as any music school grad would wonder, the next question was, now what? Well, I'm going to be showing you what my life looks like now that I've graduated and some of my thoughts in making this transition. All right, let's get into it. Hello! So I just made it to the library and I want to pick up some good books so that I can replace the social media scrolling with reading something instead. So if you have any good book recommendations, let me know in the comments below. Alright, so I just got back from the library and I got a few books I'm excited to read and show you. The first one is Turn Your Passion into Profits. And I also got MBA Master, The Art of Business. If you didn't know, I was a music business major in college along with performance. And I think business is just something that every single musician should learn about, whether you're teaching. I'll send you like a little summary of the lesson. And do you have any questions or anything? Or you're gigging or doing online selling and content, all of it just comes back to business and is really important for us musicians to have a head start on. So check out some business books in your local library if you can, and if that's something that you're into. If you want to see me make a video more on books that I think can help you specifically as a musician, let me know and I'd love to make that. Just type it in the comments below. Or if you want books that are going to help you more in the practice room, like sheet music, exercises, sight reading, all of that, I actually have a whole video on it here that you can check out. But yeah, I'm really happy with what I found. After that, I spent the day practicing for some upcoming gigs, finishing up teaching, and getting some more footage and video editing, which is pretty fun. I love getting movement in first thing in the morning, so here I am playing pickleball, and all of you tennis players that like to rag on pickleball, honestly, that's fair. I'm playing on a tennis court, but I'm not that pro yet, so pickleball is good for me for now. Alright, let's talk about what I'm feeling in the moment. I feel like time has slowed down a lot since graduating, which has been nice because I can do fun things like play pickleball and go find these new parks I haven't been to before and just spend a lot more time on my hobbies. One thing about music school is you just work really hard all the time and you don't have as much time to do other things besides practicing and homework. So it has been nice to have time slow down a bit, even if it can be a little bit scary and feeling like wondering if you're doing the right thing all the time, but I feel like that's just a natural part of your 20s. Being a musician and an entrepreneur and trying new things can always be a little scary because you just really have no idea where it's going to take you. But if there's any time for me to try that path and try this freelancing, it's now. I can just explore these different options and not worry about school and everything. And so that's really what I'm trying to do. Like sometimes there's a lot of pressure, especially on graduates, to know exactly what they're doing and what their job is going to be, and especially music students and artists and things like that, I think feel this pressure, but it's also part of the fun of life and of living and being young that you get to explore all these different options and just take time to learn more about yourself and just remember that life isn't really a race. It's just a time to help others along your way and trying to embrace this period and really take the most advantage of it that I can. So I was having kind of a late start today, and I was like, well, I could keep wasting the day away scrolling, or, I could just make it a good day and change it around. It's not too late. It's 2 p.m., so I have my horn, and I'm going to try and change around the day and get some practice in, and let's see how it goes. If you want to see what gear I play on and what I keep in my saxophone case, I have a whole video on it for you here. But for now, I'm going to warm up with one of my favorite exercises from Chad Lefkowitz Brown, and then I'll share with you some thoughts I have on practicing now that I'm graduated. One nice thing about being out of school for a while now is I feel like my creativity is coming back a little bit. When I was in school, I really felt like I just wanted to do things right. I wanted to pass my finals and please my teachers and everything. But now that I don't have all of that external input, I feel like I just have more room and space to explore and think about things in different ways. So that's been pretty nice. Taking walks in the morning is nice because your eyes can just look at the sky and wake up naturally. I think Huberman talks about that in his podcast. But that's the one thing I like to do in the morning. So we're just enjoying the sunshine, even though it's kind of cloudy. One of the most important things you can do as a musician is to keep listening to music. So here I'm putting on a record by Ben Wendell, and then I'm going to make some healthy protein pancakes for breakfast. And honestly, they turned out pretty good. I really like cooking, so this was a fun new recipe to try. And for the rest of the day, I'm doing some video editing and finishing it off with a little Eevee practice. Filming in the gym feels so goofy, but here I am getting the gains and finishing it with a post-workout meal. And if you've made it this far in the video, thank you, and I'll share some final thoughts. Going from any major transition in your life to a different period of your life is always a little stressful, or just like it's a big change in general. And as much as I want to show the world, like, I'm so good at everything, like, I'm so set and I can do anything, which, yes, I believe that, but also I think maybe it's okay to admit that some things can be a little bit tricky transitioning in and out of, especially since I've been going to school since I was like 3 years old. Also, I decided that I wanted to just focus on practicing for master's auditions and get ready for those just by booking gigs, going to jam sessions, and kind of doing the full freelance musician thing. And that's a little scary because I've always had teaching jobs lined up, or during Berklee, I was working for stage crew, or there was one summer where I actually worked as a manager at a retail company. So, like, I've always been working or going to school full time. And this is the first time I'm not doing either of those things. Like, yes, I feel like I am working by practicing and making videos like this, but I'm not necessarily at a point yet with my video making that I'm like receiving income or anything. I'm just kind of trying to broaden my reach. I totally see the appeal of just working a 9 to 5 with benefits and showing up and doing what you're told and going home. Don't have to really have your brain on for much of that because your manager's telling you everything what to do. Like I said, I did do that as like being a manager and having someone ahead of me, and when I worked full time at that retail company. And like, did I feel super fulfilled by it? No, but was it easy, and did I get a lot of money that I could pay for the rest of my schooling with? Yes. It's very interesting comparing the two routes. I feel like a lot of content creators and influencers show you like, this is the best life ever, I just make videos and I travel and I do all this. But probably a lot of them don't always show the parts of them feeling like, man, this is a lot of work. And obviously, it depends on the type of content creator influencer you are. If you're making and selling your own products and trying to build a brand and trying to like do all of that, I feel like it can be very difficult, especially like YouTube takes a lot more time than something like Instagram or TikTok does. And some people blow up overnight, but that's pretty rare. Like, usually it takes a lot of effort and time and energy. And so, yeah, I'm just trying to focus on enjoying what I'm doing and not so much on like relying on external like validation and things. Like, I do want to know that I'm helping people. Sometimes with the entrepreneur thing, like, you just have to chug through it, even if at first it doesn't seem like anybody really cares or notices. And also just reflecting on my time at college and reflecting on the things I went through. I loved going to college at Berklee. It was awesome. Like, the classes, the teachers, the opportunities, the people around you are all doing so many cool things. But like, I feel like I also went through a lot of very difficult things. A lot of things you learn at college that's not just like in the classroom. Like, you learn, yeah, friendships as an adult, moving out as an adult, living in a different city, and all of the things that come with that city. So, yeah, post-grad life is interesting. Taking a moment to be a little bit more vulnerable and share like honest reflections and not just show like, here's this awesome thing I did, here's this awesome thing I did, here's how cool I am, because a lot of social media can feel like that. So, if you have any thoughts, I'd be interested to hear what they are. I know that probably some people watching are not even in college yet, and some people are probably years into professional life. So it'd be interesting to hear like different perspectives on this and from like a more meaningful place, especially as an artist and musician and someone who's like trying to figure that route out. Because ultimately, I do want to teach at a college and teach at a university because I do like that stability. I do like a regular, consistent full-time pay with benefits. And the benefit of teaching at a college is professors who are teaching often get lots of their own performance opportunities to perform alongside students and clinics and things like that. So that's my end goal. That's why I want to do a master's program. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Thank you guys so much for following me around this week. It was so fun to have you and to be sharing some of these new experiences with you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like and subscribe below or comment what you want to see me make a video on next. And I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day.